Alrighty, I'm going to attempt to do a home space video. So this is the new home space, which is a shared home space now with everybody else. So there's nobody here at the moment. So you have our level gates, gateways to every level. There's the storm gate, which requires 10 stars to enter. I'm not sure it'll say that. Yeah, requires 10 stars to enter. And on this constellation gate, it actually means stars. On the other constellation gates, it means emotes. There's somebody chatting. As you can see, it is a public space now. Here are our invite friend shrines, where we can scan a friend and create a friend invite or scan a friend invite. I'm on the Mac at the moment, controlling the Mac. I have my iOS as well because I'm going to do some stuff with her. You have 3 of them, so you can have 3 open at a time. You send one, it'll put the little envelope icon or something on the shrine, and you can eventually delete it if you need to, if that friend never responds. Here's our constellation table, but we'll come back to that in a second. Here's our closet over here. Leggings, masks, hair, capes, and instruments, as you can see. And then a lot of water. And most importantly, perhaps, is our constellation table. All the friends are now in the sky. Stars in the sky. This is our seasonal, the season of gratitude. And you're going to see Sarah chatting down there until I go into one of these. Here's forest, prairie, isle. You can see they've added a background of the constellations. You can see that's the staff, that's a jar, that's a anvil, that's a bell. Then we have the, I think it was hockey sticks. I'm not sure what they're supposed to be. A sword, and these all fit into the spirit end of level cutscene that you see. This is what the elders, it fits in with the elders. And then if you scroll over, I'm on my Mac, so I'm having to mouse over. You can also click and drag on it on iOS. Just drag instead of hit the arrows, and you see all of your friends. Whoops. And there's me selecting a friend accidentally on the iOS. So back to macOS. You have your friends now. You know, this little thingy here shows that the friend is online. This shows that there is no blessing to collect and no blessing to give. You can see a person. So this person is, I have nothing to give or take. They're offline. This is Jackie's macOS. The name is here. You have your pencil, which lets you edit the name. Teleport if the person was online. Gifting hearts. Whoops. Go back to her real quick. Favorite and unfavorite, and then cancel friendship. Cancel friendship, as far as I know, works as well or not well as it ever has. It simply removes them from your home space, but cancels nothing else. So favorite, unfavorite, etc. To do something, you click or tap. So if I want to send Alex a blessing, I tap him, and will get a blessing. If I have a blessing to collect, I tap it. This tells me I have a blessing to collect, where I have this here, lit yellow and glowing. There's a wing blessing to collect. Whoops. I sent one. Okay, there's a wing blessing to collect. There it goes. And you see the avatar of your friend. And you can interact the same way you always have. Again, these are people I can collect. And collecting also sends. So you collect and send at the same time. Continuing on this, if a person is dark, you can send a blessing. If a person is lit with a red dot, you can receive a blessing and send a blessing at the same time. And if a person is bright, then you've already sent a blessing. You can't send another, and there's no blessing to collect. And then if a person is online, and let me see if I find anybody online, all kinds of people online, you can then teleport if you want to. Edit nickname, and that. So that's the basics of home space now. The emote maps, or the emote maps are all still in the Constellation Table, and they look pretty much the same-ish. So this one is missing some things. This one's missing the level 4 and a pair of leggings, shorts. But you get through them the same way as you did before. They just look a little bit different. You can see these here, so you have your upgrades, you have your cosmetics. The upgrades cost candles, cosmetics cost hearts. These are blessings. So I wanted to buy this blessing, I could. It's 3 times fast recharge spell. So you don't know what the blessing is or the spell is. You buy the blessing and it gives you a spell. You don't know what it is until you've bought it. The fast recharge can come in handy, especially if you don't have a lot of cape power. Then and then this here is the new star candle wing buffs. Obviously, you can only buy these with star candles, which you get from Storm after you go through Storm. And you need to collect a certain number of stars, or a number of stars, and put them on altars. Eventually, I will do a Storm walkthrough. It's not the most enjoyable place. I don't mind it, actually. But the star candles are here. Obviously, I don't have one right now. You get them at about 10-to-1 ratio. So you deposit 10 stars, you'll get 1 star candle after Storm. And with these, you can buy wing buffs. And I have a couple of them that you then see that it's lit normal, like this one I have. And obviously, you have to follow the lines. So this line leads you up to the wing buff. So you need to get the blessing. These were reconfigured, which is why I have up the line before I have everything along the line, because these keep changing. So you might get things out of order. But a new player would have to get, the level 2, then the wing buff, then the level 3, then the wing, another spell. Sorry, not a wing buff. Spell, and then upgrade, or a cape upgrade. And what the cape upgrade does is it allows you, after you come out of Storm, you go back to 1 cape wing wedge. The wing wedges are up here. Those are your wing wedges. And this tells me how far along I am to the next, I assume, tells me how far along I am to the next one. I'm at, 7 now? So I'm quite a ways from 8. I'm at 7 on my iOS as well. And when you finish Storm and you go back to Rebirth, you will then get so many stars back, depending on how many Storm candles wing buffs you've unlocked. So for each wing buff, it is 1 star. For each wing buff, it is 1 star. So you'll start with 2, 3, 4 wedges instead of 1. Right now, on my iOS, I'm at 4. To start with, so I come out of Storm and I'm going to have 4 wedges when I come back. Yeah, I'm not sure you can see it on the video, but you see this call here, and I'll do it on the Mac too because I can show with my cursor. The call here is showing gray, light gray, and flashing. And that means there's no emote map. And in an earlier version of the update, the April update, anything could look gray if you hadn't finished a level. I think that's gone away now, but I'm not positive. So that anything you'll have immediate access to on any spirit map. And these are called spirit maps, emote maps. If it is gray and you know you've collected it, you have the emote in your menu. You'll have the emote in your menu, but you may not have access to the map here. If you don't have access to the map here, then try completing the level that you found the emote in. Otherwise, if it's gray, I don't think I have one on either of these accounts. I know I don't on my iOS. If it's just gray, but you can click it and it opens, that just means you haven't bought anything from the map yet. So it can appear gray if there's nothing to buy from the map at all, or if you haven't bought anything from the map. Because basically the bright means you've bought something from the map. So if there is no map, it's going to show light gray. If you haven't bought anything from the map, it's going to show light gray. Just like this one does here, and just like the whale call, or yeah, bird call does over, or the whale call does over here. Everything else, though, I have bought at least something from. I don't think I have anything that I haven't bought anything from on either of these accounts. I think I do on my other alternate. So that's how you interact with these. And this one here does not appear correctly at all. So it looks like a little person for whatever one you just looked at. So right now it looks like the little hide and seek, because the hide and seek is the one that I most recently came from. So it actually kind of looks like my iOS character. Chibi with a ponytail. And one funky thing about the collecting wing blessings, Mac has some glitchiness, is I have all kinds of dark ones here. You have to wait until they drop down to the ground before you collect. You have to wait until, that one I didn't have to wait. It's not doing it on Mac like it does on iOS. Oh, that's me. See, I had to wait till I landed and gave the blessing. So it's a little bit of a longer process than it used to be. And the avatars look so realistic. It's like the person standing there, and one day the person was standing there. But you can't see individual people when you're in this menu, this part of the menu. But once you're out here, you can. As you can see, ILTW is standing right there. Oh, there's Kieran. This here is your candle shrine, or your daily candle shrine. This is where you get your daily candle, along with a seasonal candle during a seasonal event. And this is our seasonal quest master. Obviously, he's only going to be here, somebody is only going to be here during a seasonal event. And tapping on that tells you what you get to do. And that's, again, only during a seasonal event are those there. The levels, the gateways here work a little bit differently now. They will save your last progress. So if you go into Prairie and go all the way to the temple, but don't go through the cutscene, and then just return home using the menu. Oops, I'm always picking the wrong menu. Yeah, return home, which you can't do right here, using the menu. Then you will, when you re-enter Forest, you'll re-enter, or Prairie, you'll re-enter the place that you left off. If you use the shrine, the level shrines, or the home space shrines, gateways, I'll show you one. I believe these will always return you so that you'll go back to the beginning. So if you go through one of these, you'll then clear your progress. And so you'll go back to the beginning if you re-enter. But if you use the menu, then you will. I guess I could have shown that. If you use the menu right here, it will just save your progress where you are.